Oh, all right, Coldwell Banker, High Desert Realty. Well, this is the first one of these that we're doing, so bear with me here and let's go through. This is what I was talking to you guys about yesterday in the meeting, trying to do little 5-minute blurps or whatever the case may be daily and send these out to you so that way you have some great information that you can use with your buyers and sellers. And so today I wanted to talk to you about the 4 reasons to sell this winter. It's a infographic that came out from Keeping Current Matters. We actually published this on the social media page this morning. And just so you know, it's January 5th right now. And so the 4 reasons to sell this winter. Buyer demand will continue to be strong. Buyers are out in force looking for their dream homes. Buyers are often competing with one another for the listings that are available. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median days on market for a listing was only 40 days nationwide last month. So not only is that something that you want to be able to express to your sellers, that's also something that you want to express to your buyers when they are in a house that has a very, very high ranking. You know, there's just not a whole lot of inventory out there, and when we find the right house or close to the right house, we have to be ready to make that decision because, again, buyer competition is extremely stiff. You know, I was working with Olga on the MLS yesterday. There was only 52 homes in the MLS that are active. Guys, that is peanuts. That is absolutely nothing. So buyer demand is going to continue to be strong. So it's a good reason for sellers to come on the market this winter. Typically, they want to wait until springtime when it warms up a little bit to list their house. That's the traditional time. Let's see, number 2, there is less competition now. Housing inventory is still under a 6-month supply that is needed for a normal housing market. This means that in the majority of the country, there are not enough homes for sale to satisfy the number of buyers in the market. That kind of relates to number 1 down there. And basically what it comes down to is when there's less competition, you're looking at shorter marketing times. You're looking at potential for slightly higher sales prices. You're looking at less challenges through the negotiations and such like that. Of course, guys, that goes for both buyers and sellers once again. But, you know, for the purpose of this video, we're encouraging you to go out, door knock, do, you know, face-to-face time with the sellers and get this information out to them so they understand what's going on. Number 3, there's never going to be a better time to move up. You know, this is very, very good information. Prices are projected to appreciate by 4.7% over the next year, according to CoreLogic. So if you're in if you're in a home and you want to move to a higher priced home, it will wind up costing you more in both down payment and mortgage payment if you want, or if you continue to wait. And so, you know, for a lot of your buyers who are getting ready to move up, who might have started off in their first family home and they want to move up to something bigger, you know, 4%, 4.7%. So if they're moving from a $100,000 house to a $200,000 house, guys, next year that's about $9,000, over $9,000 more they're going to pay if they continue to wait. Also, as they continue to wait, they might get less and less inventory, which can really be a disastrous situation. So again, just be aware that there will never be a better time to move up, and you can definitely explain that to your buyers, or excuse me, explain that to your sellers as you're considering getting them on the market this winter. Last but not least, number 4, it's time to move on with your life. Look at the reason you decided to sell in the first place and determine whether it is worth waiting. Perhaps the time has come for you and your family to move on and start living the life you desire. You know, one of the things to keep in mind in this, guys, is when the 2010 market crash happened, a lot of people got upside down on their house. They don't know what the equity position is. They're not very well informed about what's going on the market. And so by being out there and offering them these market analytics and giving them some of this market information, you can really help them make a determination of whether it's time to move on with their life or not. So, you know, just keeping it under or around the 5-minute time here, this is 4 reasons to sell this winter. And some of the discussion that you just might want to be able to have with your people is, again, you know, buyer demand is going to continue to be strong. That works for both buyers and sellers. They need to both be made aware of that. You know, there's a lot less competition right now. Inventory levels are down. again, a discussion you can have with both buyers and sellers and talk about the effects that go on with it. And there's never a better time for sellers to move up. Prices are still relatively low. Housing affordability is relatively low. So that means homes are extremely affordable. But according to CoreLogic, they're going up 4.7%, in the next 12 months, which is can be a substantial price increase. So guys, we're going to start trying to do these about every day or so, giving you some tidbits. Sometimes it's going to be script, sometimes it's going to be information and such, but we're just going to arm you to go out there and get the business and really dominate, kick ass, do what you do best, which is be the best realtor in town. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.